Turns out that there was plenty of hay on the property. He just wasn't feeding it to the horses.
Dozens of horses are found dead, several more are dying, and a Mason County farmer is ordered to get out of the horse business. Good evening. Mason County horse farmer Sam Jones is out of jail and thinning his herd, but the sheriff says he's still not feeding his horses.
The Mason County Sheriff's Office and the local Humane Society are taking care of the 50 horses they found in deplorable conditions last week. Jones is now facing 75 charges after investigators found several dozen carcasses and a handful of very sick horses. Local 12's Joe Webb spent the day in Maysville and has the latest on the story.
It's cold on Key Pike in Mason County today, but thanks to the sheriff and the Humane Society of Buffalo Trace, the 50 or so horses and mules on Sam Jones's farm are fed and watered. That wasn't the case last week when complaints came in of sick and dead horses. After getting permission from Mr. Jones, investigators were allowed on the property.
That is when they found the 16 dead horses. It was later in the week that they went back and searched the property and found more dead horses.
A total of 43 carcasses were found. George Sam Jones was arrested and charged with cruelty to animals, improper disposition of carcasses, and letting livestock run at large. The Humane Society says a veterinarian has looked at the remaining stock. 6 may not survive. Jones, who posted bond and was released, has been ordered to feed the horses, and there is hay in his barns.
Mr. Jones has not made an effort to feed. The order was that we were to make sure they were fed, not that we were to do the feeding, but since Mr. Jones has not been doing the feeding or watering, we have taken it upon ourselves to make sure those animals are fed and watered.
Sheriff Boggs says Sam Jones raises the horses to sell in Mexico for human consumption. Sam Jones is facing a tight deadline. He has until 9 o'clock Monday morning before he shows up in court to get all of the animals off of his property. He has to show the court where they've gone.
And they are to be out of his custody and care. The judge left it up to Mr. Jones to do that himself.
As of this morning, most of the animals were still on his property. We were not able to reach Sam Jones for comment. Near Maysville, Joe Webb, Local 12 News.
Sam Jones has faced similar charges in the past. In 2010, he was charged with 30 counts of animal cruelty and 6 counts of improperly disposing carcasses. He was given 2 years probation and during that time could not legally have horses. The sheriff says shortly after that probation ended, Jones got back in the horse business.
A rescue group in another Kentucky community responds when the call comes about horses that were mistreated. Crews from Samira Farm Horse Rescue in Gallatin County rescued 27 horses after being contacted by the authorities near Madison, Indiana. Investigators found 5 dead horses piled on the farm, and other horses had no access to food or water. Sadly, one of the horses was in bad health and has since died. The rescue says many of the horses are malnourished. The group is looking for foster homes to help care for these horses. Deputies charged the property owner with animal cruelty and failure to dispose of a dead animal.